In the world of technology, where new devices, sensations, and prototypes emerge every week, it is rare to witness a moment when one can truly say, "This is the beginning of a new era." But that is precisely the moment we are experiencing now. The robot we are about to discuss does not merely impress with its appearance or fluidity of movement. It represents a quantum leap in the fields of robotics and artificial intelligence. This is the humanoid robot from the company 1X Technologies, and its arrival may signal that the future we once considered science fiction is now knocking on our door. The 1X project is far more than just another humanoid robot. It is conceived as a universal human assistant, a platform designed to replace people in physically demanding, repetitive, or hazardous jobs. This robot can already move through indoor spaces, manipulate objects, assess its surroundings, interact with machines, and even learn using the principles of deep machine learning. However, what truly sets it apart is its deep integration with artificial intelligence. Not theoretical, but real, active AI developed at the cutting edge of the field. The company 1X Technologies from Norway, formerly known as Humanoid Robotics, has drawn attention to its innovation not only through technical features, but also through its strategic vision. It has received backing from OpenAI, the most influential AI company of our time, a fact that speaks volumes. Investment in 1X is not merely financial, it is an acknowledgement of potential. After all, those behind the development of GPT-4 and GPT-5 understand that intellectual power without physical embodiment is only half the revolution. For AI to change the world, it must have a body, and that is precisely what 1X is doing. Chinese companies such as Unitree, Fourier Intelligence, Xiaomi, and many others have been actively developing the humanoid robot market for several years now. Their products are becoming increasingly mainstream, mechanically refined, and financially accessible. China is betting on industrial scalability, but that is exactly where the difference lies. Chinese robots are powerful machines. 1X, on the other hand, is a being. Its goal is not just to be a useful tool, but to become a partner to humans, to replace people where needed, and to do so as naturally and safely as possible. The humanoid robot 1X Neo not only moves through offices and homes, but also reads emotional context, responds to commands in natural language, and can adapt to unfamiliar environments. Its movements are synchronized with a dynamic balance model, enabling it to climb stairs, avoid obstacles, change routes in real time, and even perform simple household tasks, from setting the table to helping with cleaning. But most importantly, it learns. Every movement, every action is processed by AI, improved, generalized. Each day, Neo becomes smarter, more agile, more autonomous. And here it is important to emphasize a key point. Most robots in the world operate based on predefined algorithms. Their behavior is predictable, and they are limited by context. But the 1X robot is already an element of generalized artificial intelligence, meaning it can learn from new situations without the need for manual programming of each step. Its system perceives the world using cameras, microphones, pressure sensors, and gyroscopes, then makes decisions in real time. This is no longer an automaton. This is a neural network system in a physical body. The company itself positions its creation as the next step after digital assistants. If in the previous decade we grew accustomed to voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, and ChatGPT, in the near future we will begin to get used to their physical embodiments. And 1X may become exactly that kind of robot, appearing in offices, homes, hotels, warehouses, and even clinics. Its versatility, safety, and capacity for self-learning make it the ideal candidate for integration into the real world. But behind it lies an even greater idea. This is not just about automating labor. We are talking about the creation of a digital mind with a body, and this goes far beyond engineering. It is a philosophical and social challenge. What happens if we create robots that think, learn, and act better than we do? What if they begin replacing us in the workforce? First in warehouses and delivery services, then in offices, and eventually in other areas. The 1X robot is already capable of replacing humans in several professions. It can guard premises by patrolling the territory. It can serve as a domestic assistant. It can work in logistics, helping sort cargo. But most importantly, it does not get tired, does not ask for a salary, does not make emotional mistakes, and does not take vacations. That is its strength, and for humanity, it is a challenge. Because we are standing on the threshold of an era where humans will no longer need to compete with machines, but instead learn to coexist with them, to learn and rethink their role in a new kind of society. And that is not all. In the coming years, 1X plans to integrate more complex cognitive models, enabling the robot to perform intellectual tasks as well. It will not just carry a box, it will understand why that box matters, who it is addressed to, and how to behave correctly in various social contexts. Imagine a robot working in a hotel that not only delivers luggage, but understands the client's mood, behaves politely, and adapts to national or cultural expectations. Given the current pace of progress, within the next 5 years, robots like 1X could replace up to 30% of low-wage jobs. Even now, Amazon, Google, and dozens of other giants are actively exploring ways to integrate humanoid platforms into their infrastructures. This could radically transform the labor market, the economy, social policies, and even education. We are nearing a point where the ability to work with one's hands and feet is no longer a prerequisite for survival. Everything a human can do, a machine will soon be able to do as well, and very likely, better. China will certainly not stay on the sidelines. Robots from Xiaomi, Unitree, and Fourier are evolving at a tremendous pace. They are powerful, fast, and cost 5 to 10 times less. But 1X has something most competitors do not: a deep intellectual foundation, backed by OpenAI and capable of developing not just the body, but the machine's consciousness. China builds machines. 1X creates personalities, and that is where the greatest intrigue lies. Who will prevail? Mass production and affordability, or depth of intelligence, learning, and adaptation? The future will tell. But one thing is clear: the 1X robot is not just a new gadget. It is a potential prototype of a new form of intelligent life. And if its evolution continues, then within the coming decades, we may find ourselves in a world where humans are no longer the only intelligent inhabitants of the planet. We live in an era where the boundary between the digital and the physical is vanishing at an astonishing pace. Today, we use neural networks to generate text, music, and images. Tomorrow, we will watch these same neural networks, now equipped with bodies made of metal, plastic, and carbon fiber, perform physical labor, create, and make decisions right beside us. The humanoid 1X does not just listen to commands, it can initiate a conversation. It does not simply complete a task, it can rethink it, adapt it to the context, and improve the process. And this is precisely what brings us to a philosophical dilemma. If a machine demonstrates behavior, intelligence, and initiative, is it time we begin to perceive it as something more than just a device? One of the most important directions for the development of 1X is its integration into care and healthcare. Experiments are already underway using Neo as an assistant for the elderly and people with disabilities. It can not only provide physical help, hand over objects, offer support while walking, call emergency services, but also engage in emotional dialogue, remind about medications, share the news, play music, and simply talk so that a person does not feel alone. In a world with aging populations, this could become a true breakthrough. And now imagine, such a robot could be rented for a month, a week, or even a day. It could become as commonplace as smartphones once did. The 1X robot is not just a technological achievement, it is a mirror in which we see our future, with its possibilities, challenges, and the urgent need to rethink the very essence of what it means to be human. So if you still believe that the robotics revolution is something of the future, take a look at 1X. It is already reality, and it is only beginning.